Welcome. RamanaMaharshi's teachings are deep and profound. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. I'm Richard Clarke. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Today is from Talk 637. There was some question about progress. Sri Bhagavan said that progress is for the mind and not for the self. The self is ever perfect. The questioner wanted to know about progress, how far one has come along the spiritual path. That question comes from the mind, which always wants to measure, compare, and look forward or back. Sri Ramana Maharshi pointed out that this idea of progress only applies to the mind. The self, which is your true nature, does not move. It doesn't grow, change, or become something else. It is whole and perfect, always present. The moment you begin thinking in terms of spiritual progress, you're placing yourself in time. You're imagining a past you who is less awake and a future you who might be more enlightened. But none of that has anything to do with the self. All those thoughts are just movements of the mind. The self doesn't participate in any of it. It simply is. This is one of the most challenging teachings to accept, not because it's complicated, but because the mind is so used to doing things, overcoming problems, improving, reaching goals. Even when you turn inward and begin spiritual practice, the mind sneaks in through the back door and starts trying to measure how far you've come. I have myself used metaphors like the 10 bulls from Buddhism to try to evaluate my practice and measure my progress. This seemed useful for me because it encouraged me to keep practicing, but it did not bring realization, only preparation. But if you believe that your spiritual life depends on progress, you're still holding on to the illusion that you are the mind or the ego. Ramana cuts through all that. He says the self is already perfect. You're not going to become the self someday. You are the self now. What needs to happen is not progress, but the dropping away of the false belief that you are something else, a limited person, a seeker, someone trying to attain something. So what about effort, meditation, or self-inquiry? Ramana never discouraged those, but he kept reminding people not to mistake the practice for the goal. The practice helps quiet the mind so that the truth of the self, which is already present, can shine forth. You're not building something new, you're removing what covers the truth. That's why he said progress is for the mind. It may appear that the mind becomes more quiet, less caught up in thoughts, and that's fine. But the self doesn't need progress. The self is like the sun. It never stops shining. If clouds seem to pass in front of it, that's just the mind. When the clouds part, the sun hasn't changed. You just see what's always been there. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 verses on reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment